Hey guys, Easy here. So today we're gonna do a unit review, an Enlightenment review for Birgitta or Birgitta. So first off, let's start off with her skins. So this is her original look. Doesn't look too bad, the Beastmaster. And this is her winter Nensu skin. Okay, so first off, Birgitta she has these three jobs. She has the Animal Lover Sword Slayer, she has the Hellion Summoner, and she has the Battle Mage Shade form. So all three of her jobs are usable, all three of them are good. It all depends on what you would like to run her. You could always run her with you can run her as a Battle Mage with this setup. Depending on what the content asks of you. You can also run her as this, which does a lot of damage. Or you can just run her as a Job Plus. But today we're gonna do the unit review for her Job Plus. Alright, so let's get into her Enlightenment. Okay, so her Enlightenment. First off, we want to start with the Gate of Envy. So of course, we want to max her Gate 1 as it gives her HP and the bulk of the stats. When you max out this Gate 1, you get an additional bonus of HP, Magic Attack, and Luck. Move on to her Gate 2. Her Gate 2, you can max it out if you need the mobility, but it's not a requirement. Of course, if you have the shards to spare, you can go ahead and max it out. You can use this Gate 2 in certain maps where you need the mobility to move around. But other than that, you don't really need this Gate 2. Okay, her Gate 3 of Loss, it gives her HP, Dex, Evasion rate. When you max out this Gate 3, it gives her an additional bonus of changing her leadership skill from 40% HP, all defense by 20%, and physical defense by 10% for dark units. All in all, it is not a bad leadership skill, however, it does not have any damage attached to this at all, so you wouldn't really want to use this if you're running her in a mixed dark team. Okay, her Gate 4 of Gluttony. This Gate 4, it's not bad. Like most Gates 4s, it's just for the bonus stats and the syntag it gives you. You get some HP, physical defense, magic defense, hit rate. When you max out this Gate 4, you get an additional bonus of raising your maximum HP, magic attack, luck, and then gives her the strong versus Gluttony and strong versus rat syntax. And now let's move on to her Gate 5. So her Gate 5, the Gate of Rats, it gives her HP, physical defense, magic defense, and agility. The Gate 5, all in all, it's not a bad Gate 5, as it enhances her Enroaching Black Fangs, her Darkness Chant, and her Abyssal Flare skills. It changes the Abyssal Flare skill from a 170% skill into a 240% plus a 50% damage mod. It changes her Darkness Chant into a it changes the Darkness Chant from 110% modifier to 150%. Plus, it gives her a minus 50% cast time ratio. Without the Gate 5, the cast time ratio is only 1/3, I believe. But it breaks this into like 1/2. So she gets a nice little buff with that. And it changes the Enroaching Black Fangs from a 180% and a minus 30% darkness resistance to a 130%. It doesn't really change the darkness resistance, however, it does increase the mod, so all in all, if you want to use her in all three of her jobs, which are usable, you should at least prioritize the Gate 5. So my recommendations for her is, if you do have the stats, as she is a hyper limited unit, you want to max the Gate 1, put a little bit of points in Gate 2, a little bit of points in Gate 3 to just unlock it, a little bit of points in Gate 4 to unlock it, max the Gate 5. That way, even if you don't have enough shards, you can always make her at least usable if you would like to run her in your team. Okay, so now let's move on to her Memento. Okay, so the memento you get from doing the event quest, it's not a bad memento. For free one, it's not bad at all. It gives her winter exclusive skin. So first off, it gives her debuff resistance, which is usable on these units here. The next skill is it gives agility and light resistance to these skills here, which is not bad at all. Then the group skill, down here it gives her and Ouroboros some HP, magic attack, dark, and modify strong versus snow. She has a lot of strong versus snow, which would have made her ideal in the last raid we got, which the big boss of that raid was a light snowman, so it would have made her pretty strong in that map, or that boss I should say. Okay, so the gears we're gonna run on her are, we're gonna run regen, we're gonna run book, and we're gonna run her VCR for her memento. So VCR gives her max jewels 10, magic attack 40, plus 8 dark, and it also gives her access to this skill, Ravenous Hunt. You would ideally want to run her like this, where she can get access to this skill and Dark Dimension, which increases her own magic attack for 1 turn. You want to run her with Reflection, which is a chance of defending when receiving damage. You want to run her with Sorcery Spear, which gives her magic attack. It lowers her magic defense a little bit, but it's not that bad. And you want to run her with this. Dark attacks are more effective against light units, because all of her attacks essentially are dark type attacks. You also have the option of running her like this. As I said, she's usable in all her jobs, or you can run her like this. Okay, so let me get into a map and then we can review her skills. Okay, now that we have her pulled up, I'm going to run her with Dark Zane's leadership skill, as it's gonna give her a little bit more magic attack and HP. We also have the option of running her with a lot of the other mixed unit leadership skills, because you would like to run her in a mixed team, unless you're gonna run her in a mage team essentially. But you have the option of running her with a Tsukiyomi, which gives her HP and all attack and reduces her cast time. You can run her like this if you want to run her in other jobs. You have the option of running her with Soul. You have the option of running her with Levi, as his gate tree allows you to run mixed teams. You also have the option of running her with Zhang Yi for the mixed leadership, or you would run her as Levi or Dark Zane. But for the purpose of this, we're gonna run her with Dark Zane. We're gonna run her with this setup. Alright, so we move up. It's auto attack. With combo, her auto attack is doing 2160 damage. It's range, 2 range essentially, so you can always do it from here. You can do it from here. Alright, so first skill. This is the Beastmaster's throwing ability, which essentially is pretty funny. You can pick up enemy units and throw them, or you can pick up your own units and throw them. We're gonna pick up this guy here, and we're gonna throw him here. Yeah, you can do a lot of funny stuff with that skill, especially in certain maps for live PvP. Okay, her first attacking skill is Striking Dark Wings. 2-hit Dark non-type attack on enemy units and inflicts powerful bind and lowers their physical attack. So It's doing 2552 damage. It inflicts a status. And before we do that, let's check out his... So right now he has 52 attack. Of course it's gonna scale depending on how much attack the enemy unit has. Alright, so now the guy has 37 attack. This is a nice debuff. Your evasion rate is also down. Okay, so let's do the next skill. Dark Wolf. Dark non-type attack on enemy units, inflicts poison and disables healing. So essentially this unit has a lot of status ailments, as you can see. Use this, it's gonna inflict a poison and a disable heal. The next skill is Lion Strike. Non-type attack, strong versus beast, ignores defense. So we can essentially go from here. We can Lion Strike. Doesn't look too bad at all. He just took 5,000 damage from the poison because of his HP. Let's build a little bit more jewels. Alright, so the next skill is Colossus Rage, non-type attack, strong versus monsters. Attack increased based on the height. So this is the skill from the Beastmaster where if you're on a higher height, you do more damage essentially. So let's do it here. Nice, and it provides a nice little knockback CC. Alright, and her final skill in main is Enriching Fangs of Entombment. This is one of the skills that got upgraded. It's doing 5,634 damage. You can see it doing a significant amount of damage. And it's a nice AoE. So let's use it. Gonna cast. It's pretty fast. Nice. As you can see, that skill reduces the enemy's dark resistance for 3 turns. So you can use it to essentially debuff. Bosses, you can use it to debuff harder content. Build some jewels. And let's get into her sub. So we're using the Battle Mage sub on her. The first skill in the Battle Mage sub essentially is gonna give you it's gonna be another form of CC that you can use, which is gonna bind the enemy unit. The next skill in her sub is gonna be the Dimension Gin skill, which is a dark magic attack, and it absorbs the HP of the enemy unit. It also increases your magic attack and bestows Strong versus Light. So right now she has 1,419 magic attack. So we use this. She got the Strong versus Light buff. And now her magic attack is 2,247, which is a massive buff she just received. That is pretty useful in if you run her in other jobs, like they're gonna do a significant amount of damage, especially the summoner job. And then the next skill she has is the Water Flash, which right now with the buff is doing 4,000 damage. Okay, now let's go over her vision ability essentially that she gets from her VCR. It's a 3-hit non-dark type attack on enemy units, strong versus beast, and it raises power of dark units from Saga. So essentially what we would like to do is debuff this guy. So now, right now, because she has the magic attack buff, her skill is doing 8,948 damage. Use it to debuff. And now this skill is doing 9,441 damage, which is pretty nice. Okay, so that was essentially all of her skills. So all in all, for a support type unit that you're gonna use her as a support, like to support your damage dealers, to debuff the enemy units, to essentially help you get around maps and stuff. She's not a main damage dealer unless you would like to make her a main damage dealer if you're using it in her summoner job, right? But all in all, for a unit in her job plus, which is primarily a support and DPS unit, she doesn't do bad damage at all. She does say respectable amounts of damage. Um, if you do have the shards to raise her, I recommend you do raise her, as she is a very nice unit to have. She's a particularly good niche, and she has these dark debuffs that you can use on your team. And we all know that currently it has a lot of dark strong units in the game, so having her in your team providing these CCs and debuffs is pretty worth. And also she can dish out respectable damage. So if you do have her, I recommend you do raise her. And if you're thinking about raising her, I hope that this video helped you finalize your decision. Thank you guys for watching, and do have a wonderful day.